Welcome to CKA Cert Hands-On channel. The purpose of my channel is to get people who want to give CKA 2025 exam get started on their hands-on practicing journey once they finish a formal course of CKA and have a basic understanding of Kubernetes concepts. This creates a depth in your understanding of each concept and helps you crack CKA exam. With that introduction, let's get started with today's video. This is the first video in Troubleshooting Series. I have a playlist for each concept of Kubernetes prompted in the video, and the link is also provided in the description. So let's get started with today's video. Let's set the context. And it says Nginx deployment pods are not running, fix that issue. Let me clear the screen. Let's try to describe the deployment and see if we have if we get any ideas from as to what is the issue. So it says it scaled up the replica, but there's no hint about what is wrong with the deployment for us to troubleshoot. So if you do get deployments, you will see the deployment and you can see that there was one deployment but it is not running. And let's try to get pods. So this should belong to Nginx deployment, and again the same, there's one pod and again it's not running. Let's try to describe this pod and see if we can get anything. Okay, so this seems to have something. If you see here, I think there is some node scheduling, which is fine, but then mount volume.setup fail for volume nginx config map nginx configuration not found. Now it's talking about config maps, so we'll see if there are any config maps present first. Okay, there is a config map with name nginx config map. We don't know what that does. We'll try to see what it is. We will describe the config map. So it's got a data. I think it's just got some nginx configuration, and the name of the config map is nginx config map. Okay, now let's try to edit our deployment and see where it is being used. So we will just edit the deployment. And it says config map nginx configuration not found. So that means this is being used somewhere in the deployment. So we'll try to search for that. Okay, so if you see the containers, it's got two containers. One is nginx container, and there's another container which is an init containers, which is a different concept. Init container is a container that has to be created first before any other containers can be created in a pod. So for our pod creation in this deployment, what happens is this is trying to create this init container, and that is not getting created because it is creating a volume out of a config map with name nginx configuration. But we just saw that we do not have any config map with name nginx configuration, so probably that is the issue. and we will just change the name of the config map to what we have, which is nginx config map. Now let's try to, and I've edited and saved it, and we'll try to get deployments again. Okay, so it is still not running, and okay, failed to create. So it is trying to create, as I said, init container, but it is saying unable to start container process, error during container init exec shell executable file not found in $path unknown. So let's try to edit the deployment and see where exactly is the problem. So it is talking about this shell. As far as I know, for containers to run, the command should be generally sh-c. So we'll see if that works. I've never seen anywhere where shell and the echo command being used. And let's see. If that is working. Okay, now if you can see that the pod is now working, and I will just describe it, and what you should see in that is the container logs where yes, it has started the init container, and then once that is done, then it has run nginx container. So our pod has got 2 containers which have successfully been created, and if we just do get deployments as well, our deployment is up and running. So that is the end of the video. Let's check and validate it. Yeah, so the validation is successful. Now that is how you troubleshoot a deployment related issues related to config maps. Now if you have not liked and subscribed to my channel, please do support me by liking this video and subscribing to my channel, and also sharing my videos with people who are trying to attempt CKA exam. I am trying to get as many videos as possible. I will soon be doing the Helm and Customize videos as well, which are the latest topics in CKA 2025 exam. I will be providing the KillerCoda link, and also the documentation link, and the link to my troubleshooting playlist in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.